Welcome to another episode of Not for the Weak-Minded. Now, I saw this the other day and I did a Facebook post about it, and I said that there is much more to this article and that this involves Freemasonry, and essentially I'll do a video about it. So here's the video about it, and this incorporates, if you carry on watching you'll see by the end, much more to do with certain YouTube channels that are sort of the same in cahoots with the Daily Star. And there's a particular channel in this APEXTV that essentially is Masonic. Now, of course, they're going to use this platform to try and convince many people of a lie. Now, a lot of his content, as you'll see in a bit, has to do with things that I'm completely disagreeing with, as they've lied to us actually about the real mechanisms that govern our existence, and we'll get into that in a minute when we talk about this article, and time itself, really. Because as Jesus is the Alpha and the Omega, it literally means that in the time where truth is available is near the time of the beginning and the end and the beginning. So what does that really mean? It means that we are spiritually all waking up and becoming more conscious of our surroundings and what exactly we are, i.e. we are a energy frequency being inside a biological body that is immortal, that is living in this experience which we chose to do. And unfortunately we've lost our direct connection to our purpose, and we are born into this corrupt, evil world of lies, and we all must sort of work it out to why it's so bad. And once you start looking into these things, what's going on around you, this begins to wake up your pineal gland, and the frequencies in which are around you will start to activate your abilities, and eventually you'll find that certain things just come your way, and certain bits of information in videos, albeit has no relationship to what the video is about, has a snippet, a bit of information in it that relates to something you watched the day before, and it's just, or something that was said the day before. And when you start seeing that, there's kind of like, a process that is involved in this, it takes steps. So let's get into this article. I am a god-rapping interdimensional traveler claims he warped from another universe. Now, before we read it, let's actually go to APEXTV now and let's watch it. This is where the article come from. So, first thing you'll see, I don't have my marker, but it's blatantly obvious, I can point on it, is he's doing the one eye symbolism in the video. Picture, I am God with one eye symbolism. Now that's a cult message, and if you look at my Facebook profile, you'll, recently just changed, but previously, you'll see that all the celebrities do the same. So what I'm trying to show you is this guy. Let's watch it now.
My name is Lil Corey. I'm a rapper in Los Angeles. I'm working with
Lil Corey. So you got the pyramid there, the black pyramid.
What's up, Platinum Grammy Award-winning producers Jared Lee Gosselin and E. Smitty, and I'm a god from another universe. Now, the universe that I recall existing in. The Earth itself was actually a lot larger, and South America is now around 100,000 miles towards the east. I believe the universe I'm from to have been destroyed. The butterfly effect states that a small flutter of a butterfly's wing could cause a typhoon halfway across the world. What do you think sending subatomic particles into a black hole is going to do? I believe I'm a god from another universe who is sent here to raise the vibrational frequency of the masses through means of music. I'm some type of hypersensitive due to the fact that my bloodline may or may not be linked to these esoteric organizations from a long time ago. As much as someone could try to convince me that I'm from here and that I'm crazy, is how hard I'm trying to convince the world that I'm actually a god from another universe. I just didn't realize it was going to happen so quick, so fast. Something to do with the storm projected me into another universe. Everyone who is succeeding in something, they were born for it. So you may be a god and you don't even know it. We don't need as many leaders, we need influencers. I feel like, when I say I feel like, it's really like, I know this and I'm really not supposed to say, but influential, very isolated because I'm not really sure who to trust. I have a lot of enemies now, I get a lot of death threats on a daily basis, emails. I feel like I'm being watched constantly. I know that they watch us, and they probably are listening to this right now.
So let's go back to the start. Let's try again. I kept quiet for a reason. So APEXTV presents.
My name is Lil Corey. I'm a rapper in Los Angeles,
666.
working with multi-platinum Grammy Award-winning producers Jared Lee Gosselin and
Shut up, Freemason. So this guy's a lawyer, and he's got a script. And just like all the celebrities, they are told what to do because they're in the brotherhood. And so on his cap, you'll see the black and white symbol of the occult right next to the star. Now let's just go for it a bit more.
Smitty, and I'm a god from another universe.
Right. I'm going to explain everything more in the article because it's easier. But you have to completely forget what you have been programmed to believe about what really is God to start with. And so by the end, I hope that if you keep watching my stuff as well, that you'll see that it is actually a supercomputer artificial intelligence that they themselves are actually trying to replicate or emulate and put your soul into it, hence why you lose your soul. I mean, a death is just the beginning, and it all depends on how you live your life, where you go after death. And so to lose your soul is literally impossible unless it is transferred, which is why you must be aware of why these articles are being published by the mainstream media using this Freemason YouTube TV channel and the occult, you know. And wait,
now the universe that I recall existing in, the Earth itself.
So they'll complete a fake image of the of Earth from space that doesn't exist, and the things he's just about to say are absolutely truthful if we carry on allowing them to build in secret certain things that can literally destroy this Earth, i.e. a particle accelerator 3 times the size of CERN, which is now being built under in America through the over expenditure of Denver Airport.
A lot larger, and South America is now around 100,000 miles towards the east.
Okay, what he's saying here relates to what he has to say next soon, to do with a storm and the changing of the landscape. And this is all messages hidden in plain sight, and it's all occult, and it all has hidden meanings, and which is why I'm trying to slowly show you through both the video and then the article exactly what they're talking about to each other, but not really to you. So I'm talking to you how they're talking to each other.
I believe the universe I'm from to have been destroyed. The butterfly effect states that a small flutter of a butterfly's wing could cause a typhoon halfway across the world.
That statement is utter ridiculous. It doesn't comprehend anything whatsoever to our reality. Comprehende? Nothing.
What do you think sending subatomic particles into a black hole is going to do?
So, sending a bomb into something that doesn't exist, a black hole, is another message for you to wake up and go, what exactly is he talking about? Because space isn't real. And therefore, it has to do with what I've just told you, that it has to do with smashing particles together so that they create a massive black hole, essentially destroying everything and everyone in this frequency-based reality, because they've lied to you about it, about the mechanisms that govern our existence, how you even exist. His story, history.
I believe I'm a god from another universe who is sent here to raise the vibrational frequency of the masses through means of music.
Okay, already so far through my posts and my uploads, my videos, I have tried to wake you people up through music, because artists and music, if it's done right, can literally wake you up. And the artists like Loki and Immortal Technique, I have been putting on my posts. And so this rapper, right, who's wearing the occult symbolism, doesn't actually have any songs whatsoever, and yet at the end you'll see a 666.
Some type of hype.
That's also, he's lying. Yeah, people are getting more and more sensitive to the frequencies of this earth, and they know it because this has to do with ascension, this has to do with the stars, this has to do with the time we're in, and how all our abilities are going to come back, and our sole purpose and our missions to actually help defeat this scenario. We came down and we chose to do this, and you must literally wake up to this evil, corrupt world and go and know that you are special yourself. You have the light in you, and you are capable of dealing with this situation, with actually working out what's right and wrong, and who is the enemy right in your face all the time with their signs and symbols. You see, you can be mistaken, right, if this hat is cult, not Kali, you know, and Kali has a different meaning entirely. It's another cult message, because when you realize what this is about, when he says about the storm in a minute, where he gets projected from, and the continents changing about South America and North America, California has been getting hit and hit and hit by direct energy weapons, you know, fires that cannot be controlled, as I've said to you, by YouTuber Mark bloody Taylor Freemason, that they can't control it because they've saturated the earth in chemicals, which I've also tried to show you with other videos that, you know, show chemicals being dumped. So this guy is all about just hidden messages and more just occult dribble for nothing. Literally, this article in the news is all about messages in this case.
Hypersensitive, due to the fact that my bloodline may or may not be linked to these esoteric organizations from a long time ago.
Okay, what did he say? He said his bloodline may or may not be part of some esoteric, you know, fraternity, let's call it, from a long time ago. Huh? That there is a message to say to the people that are listening, that are Freemasons. Yes, he is a Freemason because he's got the star above his head, he's got the black and white on, and he's literally just said that. Occult connections.
As much as someone could try to convince me that I'm from here and that I'm crazy, is how hard I'm trying to convince the world that I'm actually a god from another universe.
Pause. Wait.
I just didn't realize.
Okay, how did he get here? Where is the level of artificial intelligence in your mind? Can artificial intelligence create a person out of thin air that never existed before? Has the development of human cloning come far enough to actually create someone from an artificial intelligence standpoint out of thin air that never existed before? Now, I'm not saying this guy is not real. However, what I'm trying to say is that this is what he's talking about, really. He is saying that an artificial intelligence is soon, or if not now, going to control this reality. Does that not make sense?
It happened so quick, so fast. Something to do with the storm projected me into it.
Sorry.
So fast.
Hold on.
So I just didn't realize it was going to happen so quick, so fast. Something to do with the storm projected me into another universe.
A storm projected him into another universe. He doesn't remember. It's just something about a storm. That is a message again, and it has to do with the name on the hat, California, and an attack to do with creating a tsunami, probably, that's going to wash away half of America. Hence move the water and the continent. XXX 666.
Everyone who is succeeding in something, they were born for it. So you may be a god and you don't even know it.
Right. I've just told you in the last video in the emulation of technology creation that once you wake, and in this one, that once you wake up to your reality, you have a sole purpose and a mission in this world to bring in a paradigm change, to bring in a prosperity change for everyone, rather than just the evil correlate who make us suffer for profit, who have all the answers but have hid them away from us, who only use their solutions and continually use technologies to deceive you about reality. So,
we don't need as many leaders, we need influencers.
What did you think I'm trying to do? I am trying to influence you to wake up. I'm trying to influence you to see that all of you are special, and that every single one of you has something to bring in this scenario that can absolutely topple every single thing that these people have done. And including the sick cycle of paedophilia, which involves celebrities that you idolize. These people were abused as children, and now they abuse children. And you must understand that this is a cyclical cycle at the core of our society that you've chosen to come down and help in bring an end. This is, you know, the time you are in, and is only the veil has been lifted by humanity about this great deception that we're using technologies and the banking elite's theories. And so if you've not been looking at the truth in these days, then I'm sorry, it's not my fault, you know. However, you really should start looking now at everything you could possibly muster to change your mind about your whole perception about yourself, about what you are capable of, and about basically achieving the impossible in this situation.
I feel like, when I say I feel like, it's really like I know this and I'm really not supposed to say, but the influential, very isolated because I'm not really sure who to trust.
Excuse me, but he's got a Templar cross on his arm, and he is a Freemason. Black and white, star, and I can prove it, you know. You got Superdrug for the same, one is custard coffee, and all the others, you know. Ann Summers is just an apple with 2 bites out of it. How original. And all these signs and symbols are in front of your face every day, and you walk past them thinking that they're just insignificant. But in reality it shows you who has the power, who controls the industries, who has been poisoning you with the food, who has been poisoning you with the water, who has been poisoning your mind with the television about reality. Freemason scumbags like this twat thinks he's God, and yet he's telling us that we're all gods, and I'm going to tell you the same thing. It isn't what you think it to be. You know, because you are of the light, you are a higher being than the elites. But you're all divided in your mind as to what is right and wrong, and what you really are, and what you're capable of doing and bringing into this world. And he's telling you the same thing, but he's telling you a load of nonsense, so you don't really hear it.
You know, I get a lot of death threats on a daily basis, emails. I feel like I'm being watched constantly.
Here again, reference. This has to do with the complete emulation of the technological creation, okay? We, because of God is not what you perceive it to be, and not a bearded man in the sky. It is wirelessly connected to your pineal gland, right? And similar to the cloud, it's called the Akashic field or Akashic record, and it stores all information, including our lives, and it is connected to, obviously, what I've been trying to say, technologies. Which is why you must understand that you can literally be hive-minded by the devil's devices in biblical terms, and that you truly must be aware of them. So this guy's an occult member that is using truth and lies to send a message that is being used by a YouTube channel, APEXTV, that is directly connected to the Daily Star through understanding Masonic symbols, Freemasonry, and how they use truth and lies the same way.
I know that they watch us, and they probably are listening.
So they do and are recording us every minute. And just as I was trying to explain about God, and how it records our lives, it also sees our lives through our eyes, so to speak, everyone's eyes. And it sees your progress, it sees what's going on, it knows what's going on, it's all present, all knowing, it knows the scenario, it knows that what's gonna need to be done. But you need to be recipient of this information. You need to actually go, okay, that actually makes sense logically, because it is a technological comparison of the golden age of creation and the emulation of it by evil, and and this is where ancient history comes in, why the whore of Babylon culture got washed away by the gods, and they reaped You know, the Elohim, whatever you want to call it, the Anunnaki, they wept, and they are the ones that washed this planet away of sin and depravity, and that is because they all fell away from their true mission and purpose, which is basically you lot right now being brainwashed into a false perception about yourselves, you know, and eventually being chipped and hive-minded. And I'm trying to save your soul. I'm trying to wake your soul up. I'm trying to give you your mission. I'm trying to give you life. I'm trying to give you purpose. I'm trying to say that if you do not act, we don't have a future anyway, so why be so scared of the truth? And honestly, you know, your reality of what it really is. The paranormal is normal, and they've put you in a fear of it.
Get into this right now.
There it is. You might not think that says 66.19. It's 666. People. Oh, it's so obvious.